Hi all, today is the second session of simplification and approximation, and today we will discuss some techniques related to, you can say, squares of numbers close to 50, squares of numbers close to 100, and square root, cube root of perfect number, or find out these squares and cubes of perfect number. This is the basic stuff, and later we move on the approximation part. Okay, so first of all, the squares of numbers close to 50 and in which the base should be 25. What is this base? You will understand it. Suppose we are taking the examples, on the basis of that we will understand the process better. First of all, we will find 47 square, right? So 47 is 3 less than 50. If 3 less than 50, you should subtract that part, the less part from 50. This 47 is 3, so 3 should be subtract from this base part, right? So 25 minus 3, this is first part, and the second part would come as the square of that lesson part, means 3 square. So 3 square would be here. Now 22 here, and here 3 square 9, but each this box could carry 2-digit number. So here it comes 3 square 9. So how will you write it? You will write it as 09. So 2209 is the answer. This is very easy, I can say. Supposedly we can now do it very easily. So 49 square, what will be the answer? 1 less than 50 means first part 25 minus 1 less than 50. So 2 4 and 1 square is 1. As I have already told you that each box carry 2-digit number, so 1 should be written as 01, right? This much stuff is okay. Now take some number close to 50 but something like 37 square. So here 37, 13 less than 50. So this is a big difference, I can say. So that's why I take this example. 13 less than 50. So 13 you should subtract from 25, this base 25. So 25 minus 13, this is single box, and the second box would be 13 square would give you 169, right? So here 25 minus 13 would give you 12, and in second box this is 169. But as I have already told you, each of these box would carry only 2-digit number, at max 2-digit number. Even if this any particular box is not carrying, basically the second box is not carrying the 2-digit number, then what you can do? You should add a 0 extra just before that particular number in the respective box. Okay, so here 69 would be, and this one would be carried forward here, it added to this part. So the final answer is 1369, right? Okay, so moving to some numbers close to 50 but more than 50. Okay, take some example. What example should I take? Example, I am taking 54 square. 54 square, here the number close to 50 but more than 50. So the base 25, here this 4 is added to this 25. So 25 plus 4, 29. This is the first box, and in the second box the extra part, or in the lesson part, in the less than cases, here in the left hand side, and here 4 more than 50. So this extra part would get squared in the second box. So 4 squared is 16, and 16 is already carrying 2-digit, so there is no issues. So 2916 is the answer. Understood? Now taking some more higher order examples. Suppose I am taking 64 square. 64 square, 14 more than 25. So 14 should be added to this. So 14 plus 25 is 39, right? And in the second part, 14 square 196. As I have already told you that the squares of 14, 16, 19, this kind of stuff you have to remember. See here 14 square 196, I just remember it and put it here. So this much speed is basically need here. Okay, so here 96, each of these box will carry only 2 digits, so 1 should be carried forward to this part, and 39 plus 1 is 40, so 4096 is the answer here. Okay, moving to some more part, something 59 square. Okay, 59 square. Here again you can see that 9 more than 50, so 9 more than 50, 9 square would be here, and in the first box 9 should be added to this base part 25. So 25 plus 9 is 34. So 3481 is the answer. See here earlier I have discussed in the detailed manner what is actually needed to understand the process. But here just a single line I can write down the answer, the squares of some such big numbers. Okay, and later part we will move to 100, close to 100 as well. Take some other example. Okay, so 69 square. 69 square is little bit higher, and you will understand that squares of some higher order numbers you have to be having in the back of your mind. So 69 square. 69 square, here 19 more than 50. Here in this case is 9 more than 50, 9 square 81 is okay. Here 19 more than 50. So 19 more than 50. So 19 should get added to this 25. So 25 plus 19 is 44. And 19 square is 361. As we know that this individual box would carry only 2-digit number. So here would get 61 only, and see this would carry forward and add it to the first box. So 4761 is the answer. Okay. Yes, this much stuff I think you understood how to find out the squares of numbers close to 50. Now we will move to find out how to find out the numbers squares of numbers close to 100. Okay. And this kind of stuff I am just doing it slowly, you can say, but you after a number of practice you will get it very easily. Okay, and here base would get changed in case of finding out the squares of numbers close to 100. Here base would be 100 itself. See, base will be 100 itself, or you can say there is no base needed actually. See how it is happening. Suppose close to 100 number I am taking 93 square. 93 square, here base is 100. As I mentioned you already that base is 100. In this case base is 100. Supposedly I am taking a particular number. Supposedly 93 is the number here. Okay, 93 is the number, and 7 less than 100. 93 is 7 less than 100. So 7 should get subtracted from the given number itself. Here is no extra basis or no regular basis is given there, as in the case of the 50, close to number 50, 25 is the base. But here, whatever the number is given, and you have to check how less or more than the given number than the base, which is 100 here in our case, right? So 100 here is the base, and it is 7 less than 100. This is 93. So 7 should get subtracted from this 93, right, in the first box. And in the second box you will take the squares of 7, the lesson part. What is the lesson part? 7. So 7 square you have to take. 7 square. This is the second box. So here 93 minus 7 is 86, and 7 square is 49. So here the final answer is 8649, which is the square of 93, right? So moving to some more, 97 square. Here 3 less than 100, so 3 should be subtracted from the given number itself. So given number is 97. So 97 minus 3, this is the first box, and in the second box, whatever part is less than or more than the given number, that particular would get its square term in the second box. So 3 square is 9, as here in one case, that in earlier case I have also told you that the square part would get the 2-digit digit number. Even if it counts as single digit, you should add a 0 just before that particular number in each of these respective boxes, right? So here 97 minus 3 is 94. 94, and this is 3 square. Already I have written down that 9 is the part here in the box. 9 would come. So 09. 9409 is the answer. Okay. Now we will move some higher order. Higher order means that the square of this term, here you can see 7 square I have to find out, here 3 square we have to find out, but here I will take such value that the square of that particular would get some higher order. Tell me some such number. What number should I take? I will take, suppose, 88 square. Right? 88, 12 less than 100. So 12 less than 100, 12 should be subtracted from the given number itself. So 88 minus 12 is 76, right? In the first box. And in the second box, 12 square. Whatever the lesson part or more part, that part would get squared, and in the second box it would be written down, right? So 12 square is 144. Now, as you know that each of these boxes would carry only 2-digit number, so only 44 would be there, and one should be carried forward to the first box and added to the first part. So 7744 is the answer, right? Okay. Moving to some more examples, which is close to 100 but more than 100. Okay. So take number 107 square. Right? Here you can see that 7 more than 100, and what is the number itself is given? 107. So 7 should be added to the given number itself. So 107 plus 7, 114, and 7 square would get 49. So our answer is 11449. Right? Okay. Take some more examples. See, here we have discussed in some detailed manner that so that you can understand the process better. And here we also understand the process, but doesn't necessarily mean to be check it the process gets gradually decreasing, na? And we can get the answer correctly. So the practice, such practice is needed. Some questions you practice and this will become very, very handy. And even in this case, that 107, 109 square would also play in the back of your mind. So this much stuff, so if you practice on daily basis some 10, 12 repetition you write on paper, that will be sufficient enough. Now 114 square. What will be the answer? See, tell me the answer here. 14. 114 square, so 14 more than 100, and 14 more than 100 is here base is 100, so 14 more than 100, and 14 should be added to the given number. So 114 is the given number, 14 more than the base here 100, so 114 plus 14, so 128 here, right? And this is the first box, and in the second box 196, 14 square, right? As you know that this box would not carry more than 2 digit number, so we will write it as 96, right? And what will be the next process? Tell me. What will be the next process? 96 is here, and one should get, move to the first box and add it to this part. So 128 plus 1, 129, 96. This is the answer, right? Okay. Here's the final example here. Some big, right? 127 square. Here see, 27 square, 27 more than the base number 100, and 27 should be added to the given number itself. So 127, I am just writing it in detail for better understanding. 127 plus 27, this is the first part. Whatever the number, whatever the part more than the base part 100, the number close to 100, in that case I am talking about 27 more than the base number is 100. So this extra part would be added to the given number itself. Now moving to the second part. Second part, the extra part would get squared. Now 154 and 27 square. I have already told you, na, up to 30 for square and up to 20 for cube. This is the very basic stuff. One should remember this stuff very, very easily, right? You have to do some practice on daily basis. Later on you by solving on a daily basis questions in word problems and in DI section. Everywhere you get some importance of this, and you have to have a better utilization of all these facts, right? So 27 square would be 729. Now, as you know that this part would not carry more than 2-digit number, so 29 would be here and 7 should transfer to this part, the first box, and add it to here. So 16129 is the answer, right? I hope this much stuff is okay for the case of squares of numbers close to 50 and close to 100. Now we will move to the squares and cubes of square root and cube root of perfect number, right? Okay, I think this much stuff is okay. This is the squares of numbers. Some examples, 2-3 examples here. The numbers close to 100 but less than 100. Here some examples of squares of numbers close to 100 but more than 100. And you can understand that here is 27 square. This much stuff, if in times of examination you were getting into detailed solve mode, that would be disaster. You cannot do this. But you 27 square, 28, 29 up to 30 for squares and up to 20 for cube. This is the very minimal, and I am saying repeatedly this stuff that this is very new to you, that's why. And later on you yourself can understand that this much stuff is very minimal, and I can also remember even up to 100 the squares and cubes of numbers, and in a jiffy I can solve it out in a single line. So what's the purpose of remembering that stuff now? But such low level numbers supposedly below 50 is very much rememberable. Okay, you can remember this stuff. Okay, so moving to the next part to find out the square root and cube root of perfect numbers. Square root of perfect numbers. Perfect number means that suppose number say 81. 81 is the perfect number because 9 square is exactly gives 81. So this much stuff I think it is very bare minimum. You should understand it. Now square root of perfect numbers. Now one thing, that if the unit place digit of any perfect number gives us suppose 1, okay, just make it more clear that if the unit digit and the base number, right, here is unit digit and here is base number. Okay, what is the base number in respect of unit digit would help you to some more extent to confirm that what's the square term is given there. In a very large number, this is very handy. See, first of all, if unit digit gives us 1, the base number, here also unit digit I am talking about, na? But the base number, if it counts as 2-digit number, what will you do there? So his base number 119 comes, suppose here 1 is given, na? So if base number is 1 and the perfect number is also 1, the squares of 1 is also 1, but if it comes as 11 square, this will give you 1 to 1, right? If it gives 9 square, this will give you 81. If it gives 19 square, so this will be 361. Now have a careful observation that here is 1 square 1, unit plus unit digit 1, here also unit digit 1. Rather I can say that in this case only single digit is there, unit digit, and this is all. Here 11 square, 1 is unit digit, and here also unit plus value is 1. But here in this case you can see that 1 to 1 the total whole number is given, na? And supposedly here such numbers, suppose 2, 3 digits are there, and finally it is written down like this, 81, or something like this, not 8, but yes, unit place is 1, right? So these 4, 5 numbers, or whatever the exact numbers, I can't remember exactly, but whatever the number gives, if more than this, whatever the basic stuffs one can easily understand, beyond this I am going, and in that case one cannot confirm that whether the base number is given, the base number given, whether 2 digit or 3 digit, that unit digit is either 1 or 9. For that purpose you have to delve deeper into this, but we will move to that part later. First of all, we will take the unit digit and the base number part on a very basic note. That's why I am writing this. Okay. See, if the unit digit 2, right? Unit digit 2 would not be there. Say why? Because in each of these cases, supposedly 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16 means unit digit 6, 7 square again 9, 8 square 4 again 4, 9 square 1 again 1 comes 2 times, and this is all, right? So here unit digit only can come 4, 9, 6, 9, 4, 1. Why I am repeating this numbers again? See, here in case of 2, in case of 3, the base number, unit digit I am talking about, base number does not mean that only 2 is there. Whatever the number of digits in a particular number is given, the unit digit of that number is 2. The unit digit of that particular number is 3. That's right. So here 6, 4, right? Or 6 can be, one is also 5 here. Here is 5, 1. Here 4 and 6 can come. For 3, 9, 9, 7, 7 multiplication, 7, 7, 49. So again 9 is the unit digit, right? Now 8. 8 into 8, 64. Again 4 as the unit digit. So here it is. And for 9, 9 into 9, 81. Again unit digit 1. So this is it. And 5, only 5. See, one important stuff you can visualize here, that in case of 6 unit digit, the base number having unit digit same. In case of unit digit 5, the unit digit of the base number is also 5. This is okay. This is it. Now this is the unit digit part. How you can remember in such a large number where the unit digit of the perfect numbers you cannot recognize. Suppose I am multiplying something, some higher order facts. Supposedly I am taking 441. You know it, I understand. But here 1 as the unit place, and in both these space, what's the process? Understand the process. Here in the square, here in finding out the square root, you should have a look on the unit place value, unit place digit. Unit place digit is 1 here, so it should be either 1 or 9, right? Now moving to the next part. So we are finding square, so for the square we will take 2 digits at a time, right? For finding out the unit place digit, we will take 2 digits at a time. Yes, it is true that unit place value is well acquainted to find out a more conclusive tone that either 1 or 9 would come at the unit place value. But for the square, this is a rule of thumb, you can say that 2 digit at a time you should collect, and then rest of the term comes in. So what will be the next term? The 10th place term, or except that part in the right hand side you will move now. So these two, it may be either the exact square of any particular number, or it may not be. Here it is 2 square. So now the question is, the answer is either 21 or 29. Now see, some basic fact again comes in, that 25 square, you should remember that 625. So obvious, isn't it obvious that it should not be 21, 29, rather the answer is 21, right? Now another important fact, 20 square is 400, 30 square is 900. Which is more probable to give this 441 answer? Very close to 400, right? So 21 definitely be the answer, right? Okay. I am just explaining this stuff more detail so that no problem occur in future, right? Okay. Moving to some other number in which some difference come, which is not give the exact square root in the 10th place digit, right? So I am taking 784. Here unit place digit is 4, so either it will give 2 or 8, right? 2 square 4, 8 square 64, again 4. So out of these two, one should give the answer. Now for square, 2 digit we will take at a time. Okay, that's gone. Now moving to this part, 7. Remember one more important stuff, that the square of any number close to this factor would be written down here, but that number should not cross this number. If in case, suppose here it comes as 2 square 4 and 3 square 9, one should say that one can say that 3 square 9 is close to 7, so 3 should write here. No, you should not do this. Which number close to this particular and less than that number, that should be written down here. Okay, so 22 and 28. Out of these two, one is the answer. How are we going to find out which one is the answer? Yes, we know that 28 is the answer, but 28 we should not write because we are understanding the process here. Okay. So here see, again 30 square is 900, 20 square is 400. Which is more probable? 784 is close to 400 or 784 is close to 900? In which side the difference is less? Obviously 900, right? So 28 is the answer here. One more important thing, I have already told you, 25 square. Whenever it comes in a factor that you cannot recognize, either 24 and 26 is given, just you should not do anything else, rather getting the mid value. If you can solve it, then 25 square 625. The given number is less than 625 or more than 625. If it more than 625, goes to the higher order. Supposedly a 28 is the answer. If in any case the given value you feel that that number is less than the mid value, supposedly 625 square, in any case, then 22 is the answer, or for that matter any other number could be given there, na? So that would be answer. That's it. Now we will move to cube root of perfect numbers. In cube root, there is some stuff I am writing it down for your better understanding. Here see, if unit digit, if base number 1, unit digit 1, if base number 2, unit digit 8, right? If base number 3, unit digit 7, if base number 4, unit digit is again 4, if base number 5, unit digit 5, base number 6, 6, 7, 3, 8, 2, 9, 9. What I have written here, this is the unit digit of the perfect numbers having cube itself, and this is the base number of the basic number on which you are calculating the cube. Okay, this is the cube root of this number. This part is the cube root of this number, right? Now, taking some example, 729, right? So, nine as the unit digit. So here only 9 would come. Why? See, if the base number 9, unit digit 9 of the perfect cube number is given 729, and here where is coming, it's 9. Here only one possible case is 9. So 9, only 9 as would be there in the unit digit in the base number. So here in the base number, unit digit is 9. See, here we are finding cube root, so we will take 3 numbers at a time, right? So if we take 3 numbers at a time, there is no 4 digit place there, so 0, or rather say only 9 is the answer, nothing else. Only 9 is the answer, right? Okay, moving to some more part. 4096, right? Here 4 digit number, so that we can take something in square from here. And here you can understand that 3 digit at a time we have to take, and only 4 is there, 2 and its cube gives 8. No, we will no way go beyond the given number in finding out square root and cube root as well. So less than that given number, but close to this number, as much close as it is possible. So close to 4, 1, and here 6 is there. So 6 is there in the perfect number. If 6 comes, the base number only 6 would be there. So 1, 6 is the answer, right? Okay. Two, 4, 3, 8, 9. 2, 4, 3, 8, 9. Right? So here 9 as the unit place digit, so only 9 comes, and 3 digit at a time we will take, and then move to the next part. 24 is there. Here again comes in a question that 24 close to which number? 2 cube 8 and 3 cube 27. Yeah, it close to 27, but we cannot move beyond the given number, even if it seems very close. So we will take only 2 here. So 29 cube is the answer. This all are cube, 16 cube, this is 9 cube, like this. Okay. So I hope that square root and cube root of perfect numbers is also very much understandable, and the process I showed you, this is not one time you checked it and you will understand. You have to practice on this fact, okay? Only then you can make yourself very comfortable on this. So practice some questions, you will feel better, okay? Now we will move to square root of non-perfect numbers. square root of non-perfect numbers. We are going to do it now. It sounds that non-perfect number square root and cube root seems to be tough, but it's very easy. Rather, I can say that this is far more easier than finding out the perfect number square root, cube root. Okay, so square root of non-perfect numbers. Okay. Here we will take some examples, and on the base of that we will understand the process better. Supposedly I am taking one number 144 is the exact square, right? So I am taking 149, right? And you have to find out the square root of 149. So we know that 144 is the square of 12 square, and 5 is extra here, right? So how will you move then? Then this 5, this is 12 square now. So the process here is that 12 plus extra part you have to write in the numerator, and in the denominator you have to write that particular number on whose exact square you find out, and also written down here in an addition form, right? And you should multiply this denominator part by 2 in case of square root. For square root, only for writing the square root, na? For square root we will multiply this by 2. This is the rule of thumb, you can say. 12, the number which is close to the non-perfect square number, write down the base number here, plus the extra part you have to write in the numerator, and in the denominator you have to write that base number which should be multiplied, only the denominator part should be multiplied by 2 only, and you can solve it out. This is our answer, 12 plus 5 by 24, right? So what will it give in an approximate form? I can say 12.2, 12.23, right? This is our answer. Okay, you can check it out in calculator and it will give approximately 7, 149. Now moving to another example. Right, the next example I am taking here 837, right? This is 841 minus 4. 841, can you recall this number? 841 is square of 29, right? So this is 29 square, write it here, and see one case here. Here is 144 plus 5, right? The number given itself is more than the closest square, perfect square number. Now here in 837 case, this is less than, close to 29 but less than the 29 square value. So how will we move? This number is less than the 29, so we will put minus here in the numerator, and in the denominator the base number you have to write, and which is multiplied by 2 only, because we are calculating the square root. So this is, what will it give here? 29 minus 4 by 58. This will approximately give you 29.08. This is right. Okay. This is square root. This is square root. Understood? Now moving to cube root of non-perfect square. cube root of non-perfect numbers, right? Again, we will take some example here and you will understand the process. Okay. The cube number, okay, I am taking 747. This is something bigger than the actual number which I am thinking right now. This is close to 729. This is close to 729 and 16 more than this, right? So 729 is close to 729 is exactly cube root of whose cube root is 729. So this is 9 plus 16 more. 16 is in numerator, and in the denominator part the base number you have to write and multiply it by 3 right now. Now you have to multiply this number by 3 and the base number would also get squared. Remember this step. Here something a little bit tricky here. In cube root case, the given number is 747 here and you have to find out the cube root of the same. So 729 is the closest cube root whose the base value is 9. 9 cube gives us a 729 and 16 is more than that particular number. So 16 is in the numerator and in the denominator the base number would get squared, which is multiplied by 3, and I am talking this multiplication 3 only in the denominator part, not in the numerator, right? So here it is not 9 cube, I am just making you understand that this value is 9 cube, only 9 would be written here. So 9 plus 16 by 9 square into 3, 243. So this would give you what would give you the answer? It is, suppose, 07, 9.07, right? Moving to the another example of cube root. And also when I am doing, just check it in calculator whether this value is close to the given value here or not, okay? Hopefully this definitely fix the purpose, na? Anyway, we are learning the process, so we have to enjoy the process, na? That's why. Okay, moving to the next example, I am taking, what value should I take? Okay, 2203. So the closest, the perfect cube number 2197 plus 6, right? So this 2197 would be 13 cube, 13 only written here, and then put an addition sign, then 6 is in the numerator and in the denominator. The base number you have to write, whose you have to square it and multiply it by 3. 13 plus 6 by 39,117. So it will give you see 0.54, 13.54, right? See, how am I doing this? 6 by 11,117. This is something which you will learn in percentage topic. Though for your query, I am just making it a very short, hope you will understand it. This number, this 117 number, this is 100% and 10% would be 11, right? 1% would be 1. I am just writing like this: 1.17, 11.7 is the 10% value and this is 1% value, right? So I am just omitting this 7 part, I am just taking that 11 is the number, 110 is the number. So 11 is the 10% number, so 6% number would be 6.6 or something more than that, right? So I am just taking an observation that 5.85 is the answer here. If we take 5%, 5% would give you 5.85, right? 5.85 for 5%, but here is 6, so somehow it will give something like 0.4, 0.53, 0.54 kind of answer. Okay, and this much accuracy is not at all needed. Whether you write 0.53, 0.54 or 0.52, anything serves the purpose to get this value or close to this value. Okay. Okay. This is the square root and cube root of non-perfect numbers. And now we will move to some another multiplication technique which is very important. You will understand, just keeping an eye and you will understand. I hope this part is clear. See here, whatever the number is given, you have to take the closest perfect cube number which has an integral base number, right, whose cube comes up close to the given number, but not more than that, but close to this number 2197, which is 13 cube. Then this kind of number would generally click to you very easily, right? And for that you have to do some practice. Okay, this is it. So moving to the next part. Multiplication of two numbers having different base, and this is the final topic for today. Different base. Multiplication of two numbers having different base. And two-digit number multiplication is very easy, or using the basic maths technique you can solve it out, but I am moving to different base and how will you solve it. I am taking examples, and on the basis of that I will help you to understand the process better. Okay, so first example, 102 into 114. So first of all, this number is 2 more than 100, this number is 14 more than 200. Okay, for better understanding I am just writing it one below the other, and here you can check 100 plus 2, and here 200 plus 14. Now see, in first part this extra part get multiplied. This extra part get multiplied. 2 into 14, and in the second part 14 into the base value, the base part, the multiplication part here is 1, so 14 into 1 plus this 2 into 2, 2 into 2, and in the third part 2 into 14. Sorry, here it's not 2 into 14. Yeah. Here is the base part, means this is 1 and this is 2. So 1 into 2 would be here. Now this part is 28, this part is 14 plus 4, and this part is 2. Right? So what will be the answer here? Say, tell me the answer here. Can anyone tell me? What will be the answer here? See, here first part, in the first part 102, 2 more than 100, and in the second part 214, which is 14 more than 200. But in these two cases, the base is different in both the cases. In the first case, the base is 100, and in the second case, the base is 200. And what we have done then? Then the base, both the numbers having the first number having 100 base and second number having 200 base. So that particular base you have to multiply. So 1 into 2, and in the second box the extra part will get multiplied in the form of cross multiplication process. So 14 into 1 plus 2 into 2 in the second box, and in the third box 2 into 14, the extra part would be multiplied. Okay, so this is the process here, and whatever I have already find out, that 21828 is the answer here. Okay, I hope this is something new but very interesting also, and you can understand the whole scenario here, the whole process here. Okay, I am doing a second question here. Taking the next example, here, 703 multiplied by 412. Here 700 is the base, 3 extra, 400 is the base, 12 extra. Okay, now the 3 part comes in. So first part 7 into 4, second part 7 into 12, 84, plus 3 into 4, 12, and multiplication of this extra part 3 into 12. So here 28, second part 96, third part 36. So our final answer 2896. What is our final answer? 289636. Okay, understood? Very easy. This process is very easy. Once you get the habit of solving this kind of questions, you can develop the interest in this. Okay. Now we have taken the different base number. This is fine, but both these numbers here comes up as plus. What if one becomes minus? Let's do that kind of problem. So moving to next example. For 97 601, here 600 plus 1, here 500 minus 3. So 3 part comes in place, right? So first part 5 into 6, right? The base part, the varying bases, right? The varying bases would get multiplied except 0. Now moving to next part, 5 into 1, this is plus, so 5 into 1 is okay, or let us say you can also use here plus sign. Now here it's minus, so minus 3 into 6, and here minus 3 into plus 1, so what it will give? 35, and first part 13 and second part here it 18 minus 13, and the third part also minus 3, right? So here comes the tricky part. What will you do then? In both the cases comes up as 9. Why do you take carry? So here you can see that this 3 is in minus. So you have to take some carry from here, but see here also it is in minus. So you cannot take carry from this part, rather first you have to make this part is positive. So how will you make it? Just take one carry from here and move to this part here. So 1 would be here. So this would become 29, and 1 should carry forward to this part, so this part obviously become 100. This one if carry forward to this part, so 100 minus 13, so 87, and this 2 part is okay right now, comes positive, and this part specifically, and this is minus 3. So now this minus 3 you can fix it. How will you fix it? Take 1 from this part, so 2986, 1 goes here and 1 goes here, so 100 minus 3 is 97, right? Stuff is okay? Okay, good. Moving to the next example of varying sign. Okay, take some lower straight number. Suppose I am taking 187 and 393, right? You have to multiply. See, 200 minus 13, here close to 400, 400 minus 7. In both this case I am taking minus, one positive, one negative. We have done with it, but now do one problem having both the symbols in negative. 3 part comes in plus. So here in the first part, the basis we take, just multiply in the first box, and in the second box minus 2 into 7, minus 13 into 4, and in the second part both the signs are in minus, so 7 into 13 will give you positive result, right? Now here it comes 8, 7 to 14, 14, 4, 13, 52, 52, 66. So all are in negative. So this first part and second part is 66 in minus, and in the third part 91. Now here it is 8. So here it is negative 66, minus 66. So one should carry, one should be borrowed by this part from 8. So one should go here, right? And this becomes 7. And if when one goes here, comes up as 100. It was 100 here. Okay. So 100 minus 66 is 34, and this is 91. So this is the answer. Check it in calculator and you for your confirmation. Okay. Right. Now the final stuff, which is comparatively easy than this, though we have done the latter part earlier. Anyway, that's of no use, no issues. But we have done with different base, na? What if we take the similar base? That will be very easy. So that's why I intentionally do it to make you understand the tough part first, so that this is not tough, but yes, understanding this part and then the similar base part would become very easy. Your psychological state of mind would say that yeah, this is very easy, and you feel better about it. Okay, so moving to the final part of this session. Multiplication of two numbers having same base. Multiplication of two-digit number having same base, right? Okay. So again, take a number 107 into 109, right? And here we will learn some extra technique. We will do this problem by two methods. The first method, as we have done in different base case, we will apply this here. 100 plus 7, 100 plus 9. Can you tell me what's the three stuff comes here? We have done the different base problem, na? So can you tell me what's the three boxes would be available for? Okay. Again, these two base. So 1 into 1 comes in, right? 1 into 9 plus 1 into 7, and this part 7 into 9. Isn't it easy? Definitely, it is easy, na? Here they both, the base part excluding 0, only 1 into 1, and the second part just cross multiplication, 1 into 9 plus 1 into 7, and in the third box just the extra part you have to multiply, right? So our answer is 1, 1, here it's 16 and 63. So this is our final answer. Right? Understood? I hope this is okay, right? Do next problem, which we will do some different manner. 213 287, right? How will you do it? Yes, you can do it by the earlier method I recently mentioned, but yes, we will follow. I hope you remember at the very first time we learned that straight line, cross, straight line, right? But that was for 2-digit case, but here we are dealing with 3-digit case. So how will you move? First straight line, then cross, then again cross, but here also straight line included with it, and then again cross, then again straight line. This is the process, right? So just following it and try to implement it here. Okay, so first straight line, 3 into 7, 1, 2 is in carry, then cross, this cross, right? So 7 into 1, 7, 3 into 8, 24, 24 plus 7, 31, 31 plus 3, 33, so 2 is gone here, 3 is in carry, right? Next, move to this part. Okay. So 7 into 2, 14, plus 3 into 6, 6 means 20. 20 plus 8 into 1, 8, 28. 28 plus 3, 31. 1 is here, right? 1 is here, and again 3 carry. Now moving to cross part, this part, the fourth operation, right? So 8 into 2, 16. 16 plus 2 into 1, 2, 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. 1, 3 gone, 2 is in carry. Again, just the straight line, the last operation, the final operation is left here. So 2 into 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6. So 6, 1, 1, 3, 1 is the answer. Okay? This is it. Understood the process? I know this is new, so that's why I will do one more problem here by taking some big number. 495. Right? Again, try to implement the same process here and see if you can get the answer here. Okay. Try to implement the same process. Here, straight line, cross, cross along a straight line, then again cross, then straight line. So first we'll apply the straight line process. 3 into 5, 15, 1 carry, 5 into 2, 10, plus 3 into 9, 27, 37, 37 plus 1, 38, 1 gone, 3 is in carry, then again doing this process. Okay. So 3 into 5 is 15, 15 plus 3 into 4, 12, 27, 27 plus 9 into 2, 18 means 45, 45 plus 3, 48. So 3 is gone, 4 is in carry, again goes to the fourth operation. 3 into 9, 27, 27 plus 4 into 2, 8, 35, 35 plus 4, 39, 4 gone, 3 is in carry, and 3 into 4, 12, 12 plus 3 is 15. And 159885 is the answer here. Right? I hope this much stuff is okay. So we learned a few process, few tricks here in this session, and in the next session we will solve some simplification and approximation question, and by solving those kind of questions we will learn some more importance of unit digit and digit sum. How will we remove the option? Not blindly solve all the questions, all the detailed solution while solving the simplification, as well as the word problems, and in other cases you can mention too. But unit digit and digit sum is very much important, and it will play a significant role while you were solving questions in times of examination, because time matters most. No? So this kind of stuff we will learn in the subsequent session, and that is all for now. Whatever we have learned today, whatever we have discussed today, try to solve some questions and try to repeatedly write down the mnemonics, remembering kind of stuff whichever I have told you till now, and you will get better by the coming time. And that's all for today. Good day.